Hey, Xiaomi here. So today I wanted to start a new series on my channel where I document my writing experience. Roughly throughout the month of March, my story came to me and I want to document this process. So what better way than to actually film my process for it and actually how I outline and what is it that has worked for me in the past couple of days. And like I said, the story just came to me in March, but I have so much written down. I have like 5,000 some odd words already written down. I have my outline. I have a lot of things done. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you how is it that I outlined my project Night Creatures. So to pitch Project Night Creatures to you, it's roughly an adult fantasy story where I still don't know if I want to have it alternate universe or parallel universe, just because there's a lot of realms within my world. So far I have Neria, I have the human world, and I have the realm of the lost. So there's multiple realms within my world, which is why I still don't know how is it that I want to pitch it exactly. But so far we have guardians and we have watchers, and guardians are humans that have gained magical abilities through certain trials and a ceremony they must undergo, and watchers are roughly magical creatures that watch over, and being redundant, that watch over all worlds. And roughly we have our main character, and our main character has been given the sight of a prophecy that they were not supposed to have, which basically depicts the total and complete annihilation of the human world. So therefore they are thrusted into a journey where they must stop this from happening. And the ones that are destroying the world are night creatures, and night creatures are wicked witches, vile vampires, grotesque creatures, savage werewolves, and other little beings that I'm adding in the mix every now and then. So yeah, that's how I'm going to pitch Project Night Creatures to you. I've told you a little bit about Project Night Creatures and how is it that I outlined my story. First of all, this is a story that I had in mind last year, and then I left it in my computer and I didn't go back to it because I didn't know what else was it that I wanted. I had an idea, but I didn't have anything else, you know? I didn't even have the main characters. I didn't had nothing. I just had a little bit of an idea and that's it. So I decided to just let it cool down. I just said, you know what, let me just leave it there and eventually it'll come to me. Throughout the month of February, I started watching a lot of author-tube videos, like a lot. Like my main inspiration is Kate Kavanaugh, like I have to admit that. But I watched a lot of videos, and then all of a sudden the story came to me. Since the first day in March, this story just came to me. It's like a doorway in my mind open and everything just started to spew out of my mind, and I was just like quickly writing everything down, and I was just content with what was happening, you know, how this story just came to me. And I just started plotting, which is what I am. You know, I am a plotter, I'm not a pantser, which is why the story never came anywhere, because I was roughly pantsing my story and I didn't know what the hell was it that I wanted. I would sit in front of the computer and just stare at it. I kid you not, I would have just little words like I had darkness, then I had pitch dark. You know, that's what I had to start off a paragraph, and I was just like, no, this isn't going anywhere. So that's why I decided to just trash that and just start new and start planning everything and outlining everything, because I'm the kind of person that I need to plan everything, and I noticed that it has to be the same thing with my writing. So yeah, I'm a plotter. I need to outline everything, and the outline, or like the structure guide that I use, is one that was created by Mary E. Pearson. It's one that I stumbled onto, I think it was last year that I stumbled onto it on Instagram. I am going to be writing it down below so you can actually see the 3 different aspects of it, because we have beginning, middle, and end, which is roughly first act, second act, and third act. That was my mother, just in case, because she's playing with my little brother. So to tell you a little bit about this structure by Mary E. Pearson, in the beginning we have roughly what is our first sentence, first paragraph, like that first initial moment, maybe the intro to the quest of the character, characters that are very important in its setting, and also your inciting incident or your catalyst. What I decided to add to that was my perspectives that I'm going to be using, because so far I have 3 perspectives. Right now I'm not gonna say which ones, because I do want to do a separate video about like a little bit more about going in depth into Project Night Creature, but as of right now, that's what I have. And I also would like to have like information, sort of like scrolls within the book about either watchers or guardians, or just world building, especially wars that happen, just to further develop and further and to further have an immersive experience within the world, because that's something that I also got from like Crown of Feathers. I do like the way the world building is set up in that one, and just to take a little bit of inspiration from that one. And you know, I've also seen Jay Kristoff do this with Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman with Aurora Rising. So yeah, it's a little bit of influence that I've gotten from every single author that I have read. Yeah, in my beginning, what I roughly separated is into 3 separate columns, and that's how I have everything set out. Like my first sentence, or like the idea of what is going to be my first paragraph and whatnot. Like I said, my setup, my quest, characters and setting, and then the other one I'm gonna have completely the inciting incident. What is it that's going to thrust my character into the situation, into their journey? So I already have my inciting incident. The only problem was that I was watching like I said, author 2 videos, and I noticed that I was like bombarding you with a lot of information. Even though I do like aspects of info dumpy situations, it's not what I wanted to achieve with my book. You know, I want you to fall in love with my character because I absolutely love them. I love my main character so freaking much. You have no idea how badly I love my main character, and also my other main character. So far I still haven't worked on my antagonist, but there's a lot of things that I have already ideas about my antagonist that I have written down that eventually I want to expand on, which, you know, it does kind of have a bad backstory to them, like not a bad but like a sad backstory to them, because I do plan on expanding my villain a lot, because there's a lot of things that has happened to my villain. Especially, you know, my villain is going to be my witch queen, and there's a lot of things that entail as to why was it that they became the way that they are. So yeah, and in the middle there's a lot of things that are structured in the middle and also the end. And what I do is that I work with them in sections. Right now I'm in the introduction. I have ideas for the middle, but I still haven't gotten fully immersed into the middle. That's something that I would like to get to next week in order to be ready for April, which is Camp NaNoWriMo. I do have goals set for me for that month, and I would like to work in the middle section of my story for the month of April. So yeah, that's the structure guide that I use. I haven't used Save the Cat Writes a Novel. I recently ordered it with the Emotion Thesaurus, so I'm waiting for it to arrive. It was supposed to arrive today, Thursday. It has not arrived yet, but hopefully it will arrive. But as of right now, this is the structure that I use and one that I do like, but I would like to expand on that structure that I use, you know, to give me a little bit more ideas. So yeah, every single structure that I work out in that structure guide, I always write it out on Word document, which is what I'm going to get into next. I usually have at least 3 Word documents available. The first one, I'm going to title it World Building / Outline. This is where I include that structure guide from Mary E. Pearson. And in my world building, I'll include everything of my main characters, my side characters, the world. And in this case, I do have a world or a realm called Neria, and I have a realm called the Realm of the Lost, and I also have the human world. So these are things that I need to know what is it that I'm speaking about, and also how am I going to expand on these in order to make the story more immersive and actually make the story a better one, and actually to include these little descriptive ideas within my overall writing. The other document that I have is titled Brain Dump, and this is where I jot down scenes that come to mind, and I'll give like a little snippet of what is that scene. Sometimes I might have the description of the fortress. I might have a dream scene, and there's a dream scene there that's more like a daydream, but it's so beautiful because I like it because of the interaction between 2 people. Yeah, but I have a lot of little scenes that have come to my mind sporadically, and I just write them down on the computer because eventually I want to add them to my story, but I still don't know right now where is it that I want to include them, because in my outline is where I detail my chapters, and I say I don't enumerate my chapters just because that was wrong, just because like I wanted to start off with a prologue and then chapter 1, 2 and 3 and whatnot, but like I said, I was noticing that I was just thrusting my reader into the experience, and I want that reader to fall in love with my characters. Like I said, I love my main character. I want my audience to also love that main character. So yeah, that was something that I learned because I watched a video from Natalia Lee, and it showed me a lot, and it also opened my mind to a lot of things also. And then the final Word document that I have is called Project Night Creature, and this is where I write out my novel. Like I said, I think I said, I don't remember right now, but I have around 5,000 some odd words. I'm gaining into the 6,000 6K words, so I'm content. I don't have it anymore in my mind. I have it somewhere where I can visualize it, where I can see it. And this is something that goes for me, and this is something that I noticed that is not the same thing for everybody else. Something that works for me is I draft out my story. I'll write whatever I have in mind, and I just write it and write it and write it. And then when I know that I can't write anything else, I stop and I go back. I personally have to go back. This is something that has worked for me. I noticed that it doesn't work for everybody, and I've noticed in author too that a lot of people say for you just write your ideas and your story like messily, doesn't matter, but as long as they have some kind of semblance and some kind of structure to them, like you know that this scene goes with this scene and it makes sense within the world. I know that I think I do that, but there are things, essential things that I miss out when I'm writing, and this is something that I noticed, especially in the computer, because like when I write it or jot it down in my notebook, I see that I do add certain things, but when I was writing it in the computer, I noticed that I missed out essential key details such as dialogue, which is not my strong suit. I apparently think that they speak mentally and they don't have to voice anything, so it's something that I have to go back, and I can have a paragraph of information and I can change that paragraph into dialogue instead of having it just full on information. So it's something that I noticed that is crucial in any story. I also noticed that I don't add character descriptions or feelings. What is it that my main character is feeling after seeing their world being decimated? Like, Xiaomi, you need to add this because this is vital and important for your story. Why would you not add this? Like, what the hell is going on through your mind? Like, honestly. So yeah, like, and also fight scenes, like sometimes if I'm stuck on a fight scene, I'll just write it in capitalization, fight scene, and then I know that I have to include a fight scene and actually expand on that fight scene, but I'll add something, maybe something that happened to our main character or something that happens to the side character, which I know which is crucial for that segment within the chapter that I know that I have to go back to. So that's something that I do. I draft, but I definitely go back because it's just horrible. Like in my vlog, I speak about that and I give you examples of my perfect award-winning writing. It's just magnifique. Just magnifique. Yeah. No, it's not. I also use index cards, and like I showed you, I use my notebook. This is for my projects. I currently have two here, but I'm more emphasizing on one because like the other one is still a work in progress. It still hasn't gotten to me, but the other one has. That's where I include everything about my story. And my index cards really do help me if I really do need something to quickly glance to, or just go and, you know, wait, I need a character description. How was it that I had my character, like what were the eye colors that I used specifically, because I noticed that I changed the eye color of somebody twice and I was like, no. So I have everything written down in my index cards, and I do color coordinate because I'm crazy like that. My characters are going to be with a pink little color right there on the side, and then my world building is going to be green, and my supernatural creatures, deities, gods, goddesses are going to be purple, but these are more for like Neria and the Realm of the Lost. So yeah, that's what I'm using them for. I am also going to include a new one, which is one that I decided to include, and that's Wriitng's pyramid or slash scenes. I still don't have them just because I write that right now in my notebook, but I do carry index cards with me just in case something comes to mind and I don't want to write it on my phone because I think I'll take forever just writing it down on a message. And I mean I could, you know, record it, but then if I accidentally delete it, which I have done before, I'll just take an index card and write it out, which is perfect for me. Something that has helped me a lot also is creating a map of my world, and I created it and I love the way it came out. Like, it's not perfect, like it's far from perfect, just like a rough sketch of my map of Neria, especially one section. I have that one and I have two other ones, which is the complete world of Neria, and the one that I'm still currently working on, which is the Realm of the Lost. Something that's vital for any writing, especially fantasy, and you want it to make it your own and unique, is research. I've done a lot of research through movies, through documentaries, through articles. I've done a lot of things, and if I had a library near me, trust me, I would use that also. But we don't have a library. I'm also like stuck on a place because I want to find a place that's eerie and dark and abandoned. I don't want to situate it in the US, but I still haven't found one yet, and I thought that I found one, but it was recently remodeled, so I was like, there's nothing eerie about that or dark or sinister about it. And I don't want asylums or anything like that, because that would just creep me the hell out looking for information. So no, I think I found one and I like it. I just need to look for more information. So that's why I would love I would love a library, but there isn't one near me. But yeah, I've done a lot of research through movies, which is a lot of things have expanded my knowledge, especially like watching movies that I have loved. One of them that really like opened my mind a lot more also was Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I really do like that movie because it gives me dark witches, and that's what I'm aiming for. I want dark witches, but just not really creepy that'll give me nightmares, because your girl can't. Your girl can't. Another thing that really does keep me motivated to do my outlines or to continue my outline within my stories is writing challenges and live streams, or you know, writing accountabilities or challenges for every day. I did find a page on Instagram that's called Starlight Writers Society, and they have monthly journals for writers. Problem is that they don't ship to Puerto Rico, but it sounds like a great idea. But they did write the accountabilities, or at least take a picture of the accountabilities and like placed it on their account. So it's something that was great, and that's something that I use. And it's something very simple, like write a page of dialogue, which is, like I said, not my strong suit. Brainstorm title ideas, write 500 words in one day, develop story theme, seek constructive criticism, work on a plot twist, write 1,000 words in one day, something as minimal as write 1 paragraph, you know. And these are just daily accountability tasks that you can do throughout the month, and that's something that I've been using for this month, and it's something that has helped me a lot in continuing to expand my world and also expand my characters. So yeah, that's how I've been outlining Project Night Creatures, and so far that is what has worked for me. Eventually, if I gain more insight or more information, because I'm just starting out, then obviously I'll write, like, you know, I'll do an update version of how I outline. But as of right now, it's something that has worked for me, and it's good. I am open to other experiences. I am open to more information, so that's why I'm really excited to receive the Save the Cat writes a novel. I want to say thank you for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day and or night. And if you want to tell me how you outline, if you're a writer, and you know what's worked best for you, any tips you want to give me, feel free. I'll be more than welcome to hear them out. But just thanks for watching. Have a great day, and see you in my next one. Peace out. So Project Night Creature is an adult fantasy